What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the CVA podcast with your two hostesses, with the mostesses. You got Chris and you got Warren. I'll let you figure out which is which.
Are we hostesses?
Hostess. Hostesses, not hostesses. Hostesses. Plural of
How
hosts.
about co-hosts? With your two co-hosts.
Co-hostesses. Oh, man. How are you doing, Warren?
Just like your words, your word at the end of every episode is like a whole sentence long. I'm good.
Are you concerned?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know.
In general, yes.
In general, yes.
Generally
I
speaking,
am.
yeah, pretty concerned.
Yeah, I just pretty
a lot
was
going on out
concerned,
there.
yeah.
Are you concerned that we're getting too much Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Did
think
not know that's where you're. I thought you were actually going, which we should talk about. I thought you were actually going to say, am I concerned with
Doomsday leaks.
no superhero fatigue
Okay.
or how things are perceived in the communities?
Okay.
We'll get to that in a bit.
No, I definitely think that's something we should.
Brand new day,
I'm curious
yes.
what you're thinking on that on that note. But I did have the thought to start with a typical issue that I think Marvel panics themselves into, and that's kind of oversharing. And we need a TV spot trailer every day. And I personally think I have enough information about Spider-Man Brand New Day to be sufficiently excited. Now it's coming out 3.5 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of time.
4 weeks actually.
What's it come at the 29th, 30th?
Yeah, four. I believe the 31st. Let me double check that.
So I don't know. I know they're going to be dropping crap all the way leading up to. I mean, there'll become a time where we're getting the new TV spot every day with new little bits of information. But I don't even know if there's any like characters left in the opening segment, the first 20 minutes, 15 minutes where he's fighting all these characters that we don't know about now. Like we got Ramrod, we know like maybe the Rhino will show up or something like that, but there's not. I mean, we kind of got everything now. And then I guess the one thing they've really held out on, and I think this is from editing, is we haven't seen like really any suits. We've seen like one or two where he's like wearing a sweater and a beanie and a couple things like that, but we haven't gotten any suit reveals, unless it really is just the same suit he's wearing throughout the whole thing with minor changes. Because typically Tom Holland gets a whole brand new suit in every movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if his suits in the beginning are different, but the one that we're seeing in the trailers is the final one, and I like it a lot. And they've already talked a lot about how, we had the clip that says Peter 2, organic webs. Peter 2 had it, right. And, I could have dealt without that.
Okay, so you would have loved to have that one in the theater. That would have been a good theater moment.
I'm not sure it matters that much.
No.
But
if you're picking and choosing.
Here's the deal. This is going to sound weird because I'm the spoiler guy. I talk about leaks and stuff all the time. But to me, as I talked in my video a few days ago with the Doomsday leak, reading about something is so different than watching it in the theater. There's so many more aspects to visual and audio and dialogue. There's just so much more. Well, we've heard that the score is going to be amazing for Doctor Doom in this. There's so much. I could read everything and it won't matter. It won't affect my theater experience. Sometimes leaks with the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield thing make it better. I get more excited. More anticipation. I do. And that's why I talk about what I talk about, because for the fellow people who like the same things I like. But I don't want to see too much.
Officially from them.
I mean?
It's one thing when you're scraping the information and putting it together, or
I love that. I actively love piecing things together.
But Sony being like, here, guys, look at this. Look at this.
And
it's not as much
right.
fun.
And here's the deal. It's not big. Right, whatever. It's not big. But I think and I'll probably react the same. Watching it on my phone, watching it in theater, I'm like, I get a cool feeling. I'm like, that's really cool. I probably would have reacted just like that in the theater, unless the whole theater gets up and screams, in which I don't think that's a get up and scream part, but I'm sure some theaters will do it, and more power to you. But I would have liked it just within the whole
A little more
experience in the theater.
organically.
Just like, because you go through your ups and downs, and it's like, again, I'm gonna feel the same way probably, but I'd like to have felt that in the theater with the other movie moment experiences, is all I'm saying.
I was just gonna say, it kind of sparked a thought in my mind when you were saying
Yeah.
that, and I just kind of want to run into that real quick. Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think there's a lot of debate. I know firmly how I feel. I'm pretty sure I know how you feel, but I'll ask to get clarification. Better as you've watched it more, or overhyped?
It's not overhyped. I don't watch it that often. I don't rewatch a lot of things that I really love that often.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the thought. This is not what I do. Chris knows this, but it's like the thought process of, if you really love a song, you don't listen to it that much, so it doesn't get played out. You don't get bored of it.
Definitely not
I'm
what
the
Warren
opposite.
does.
I will play
Warren's
that
playlist is like
on
sacred,
repeat.
and once a song gets added on Warren's playlist, that's it. Like that's
It's every day.
It takes a
Listen
lot to get on the
multiple
playlist.
times. Yes, yeah.
Anyway,
But I am like that with movies,
okay.
because I just feel like I love music and I love movies. It's like my thing. I'm a musician. I've been in many bands growing up, and there's certain feelings that you want to preserve, and it's like the Lord of the Rings. They're my favorite movies of all time. I don't watch them every month. I watch them every year. I like to do a little event of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to watch the freaking trilogy, So it's not like I have Marvel movies on the background in my house every single day, right? It's mostly How I Met Your Mother and The Big Bang Theory,
Yeah, I like TV
and
shows.
New Girl. The shows that are like, sitcoms are funny, you just have them on repeat, because you don't have to really focus on them, but it's nice comfort feeling. Like, when I watch movies, right? They're not on in the background. Like, no, like, this is my event. So, having said that, the few times I have watched Spider-Man: No Way Home, I've loved it each and every time. I love seeing Tobey and Andrew show up. It's emotional. It really is emotional. Like, I feel like people, they do this whole other Spider-Man gimmick conversation. And sure, if that's how you look at it, fine. But that's not how I look at it. But I almost feel like they say, like, oh, it's only good because the other two Spider-Man, and it's only good once because of the nostalgia. It's like, do you know how much is in that film? Do you know how much emotion is in that film? I have been rewatching the MCU, and there's so much emotion. Like, I haven't watched it in order. I watched Endgame the other day, or like a month ago or something. So much emotion in that movie, and I feel like just because it's like superheroes and you use nostalgia and you use fan service, that people write it off like it's not good, and it is. To me, it's good. I love that movie. I think it's great. I still love watching the other Spider-Man. I was thinking about this today, literally today. I was like, man, it was so cool when Peter went to go save MJ and the Green Goblin kind of took him out, and Andrew Garfield got a chance to save her, and he's crying after.
It's his face before even.
It's so, right. And then after, how he's crying again. It's so good. That's fan service, but it's freaking great. Especially for everybody who watched him not save Gwen, so that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I get how other people can be like, oh, this is just fan service and it sucks. Like, I can understand where you're coming from. I don't feel the same.
No, I don't. Well, I think if you didn't have a real connection to those Spider-Man, or even one of them, then sure. It's like they're just throwing this in there to throw this in there for those people. But for everybody else who really aggressively partook in the gateway drug to superhero-dom that was Spider-Man, then that was a real moment. Sorry, guys. And I think the emotion that was displayed in Spider-Man, which was the exact direction I wanted to go, and Warren did not know that, so he brought up the same point. The emotion that was displayed in Spider-Man: No Way Home, for different reasons, is going to be equally as impactful in Brand New Day, I think. That is how they have demonstrated it. That's how they have marketed it. And for me, that emotion is extremely key to have a connection to the film, which will ultimately put that movie whatever genre it be, on my shelf of, wow, this is a sacred film. Personally.
It's funny. I thought you were going a different way with that. I thought you were going to say all of that about the other two Spider-Men is what we're getting in Doomsday, because it is.
Yeah,
with the old X-Men.
That's also true as well. Yeah.
And X-Men came out before Spider-Man, barely, but
Would you have said you had a bigger connection? Because you definitely, like, between the two of us, like the X-Men more. But between, like, old school Spider-Man and old school X-Men, would you say you probably still fall more like, if you had to choose between the two, you'd pick X-Men? Question mark.
Well, I've been rewatching things, and I've rewatched Spider-Man, but not the X-Men movies yet.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one
about me. Spider-Man 2 really is phenomenal for so many different reasons. I don't know. There's things I like about the old X-Men movies, but I got a lot of qualms, like especially Cyclops.
I have
my
qualms.
Guy. Yeah. I love them all, but I will say that emotion is key, because that's what and I'm not saying this to like dog on Supergirl even more than I have. In fact, some people have told me that I've been pretty fair, because I know there's a lot of channels and crap out there who just crap on things because that gets views. That's not what I'm doing. I always just give my honest opinion.
Every time I sit down before we run the next episode, I do like go through the comments of the last episode. Thank you to everybody who commented. There was a decent amount of comments on that episode. And there were like maybe 3 or 4 comments that are like, Warren, you could just say it if you didn't like it. Like, to the point was like, yeah, I don't think you were being unnecessarily aggressive towards it. Like, some people even disliked it more than you did, obviously.
No, so. I actually said, when I gave it like a 7 or something like that, and I hate rating things on a number scale, I was like, I know people are going to rate it lower than it. And like, I got a lot of issues with the movie. I don't think it was terrible, though. That's my honest opinion. I don't think it was great. I just think it was fine. But because of one of the biggest issues is, I won't dive into Supergirl too much, but the biggest thing for me was they're acting like all of this stuff going on in the characters is so emotional, is like, it's so deep. They did not establish, they didn't make me feel that. They just didn't make me feel it. And that is one of the movies should make you feel. And whether, like, even spoof movies should make you laugh. Mm-hmm. And that should make you happy and relieve stress. You know what I mean? So it's like, I didn't really feel anything. Mm-hmm. And even watching a spectacle is still a feeling of like awe, like Top Gun Maverick. I could just watch planes fly the whole time. It's so cool to me.
Because they make it look good.
Like, exactly. That's a feel. Like, it kind of failed to really take me anywhere in the realm of the feelings that was like super excited. So, or just in extreme in any one direction. So if they can take what that feeling of No Way Home, right? And that made you feel a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, Aunt May died. That was it's a lot. Like, people are like, it sucks. What do you mean? There's so much to it.
I think the whole dynamic of the villains, and then trying to help the villains, and then Green Goblin ends up turning.
It's such a Peter Parker thing.
So good. It's so well written for Spider-Man ×3. And that's the thing. And I think this next film is going to accomplish that, because we're going to have maybe a Spider-Man that we have never seen as alone and deserted.
And people love it already.
And there's some truth to it, because I think, and the question is, why do people love that? Why are we cheering for a broken down child man? Because it helps us connect to him. We can put our own problems and issues. And somebody just got dumped right before this movie comes out, and somebody who's just lost a loved one right before this movie comes out. I mean, people deal with these. We don't have Spider-Man abilities, but we deal with these real emotional issues.
Of course.
That ultimately lead you to making Spider-Man the most popular character of all time. I'll tell you what, I love Iron Man. I cannot emotionally connect to that man. Oh man, what's it like to be the richest person on the planet with all the toys and tech? And, like, I don't have any emotional connection to the life he lives.
But when we started the Cosmic Wonder, I was homeless, sleeping on your floor.
Very accurate.
I can relate to Spider-Man.
Very accurate. We were making YouTube videos with,
and you didn't really have any money either.
No.
we
quit our jobs on the same day.
we would go like Steak and Shake.
It's like a 3 for 3 meal, and we shared it.
2 for 3, 3 for 3 burgers, whatever. We lived off those things. But you're right. You're 100% right. But one thing I really love is, like, I was thinking about this the other day because I saw some stuff online. It's like the best Spider-Man stories are Peter Parker stories. And that's what we're getting in
Exactly true.
Spider-Man.
That's
Brand New
Spider-Man
Day.
2 or 3.
Yeah. And I really, no, 2, where he, I think this is what you're talking about, where he's debating, like, should I be Spider-Man? Why can't I have the things I want? Yeah, Spider-Man 2. And he loses his powers, right? Because of that.
Peter Parker's going the opposite direction. He's inheriting extra powers, which is cool.
What is this? Yeah, no, it's cool. It's different. But he, like, to your point, it's so very Peter Parker in No Way Home because they're like, we have to heal these people. But then Toby, the older, the wiser one, been through more stuff, he talks about this for the serum for Green Goblin, and he killed Aunt May, and Tom Holland's is like, and Peter too is like, gotta cure them all, right? And at the end, he still struggles with it, and then he steps in again as the older mentor, and he gets stabbed because of it. Because like, I've been stabbed,
Yeah, that's not.
Gosh, it was such a no, dude, that movie's awesome. Like, I'm just picturing it in my head.
Like
I'm
as you're
rewatch
breaking it down in your
I'm almost getting a little teary eyed here because like I really do love all those Spider-Men, and I really love that. I love that like he lets him. Notice how they let him fight, but then when they see that he's about to take it past that point, he steps in, and said, that's how you do it, Supergirl, because I have big issues with Supergirl not letting Ruthie kill Krim when she totally should have killed Krim. The dude killed her whole family, and he's kidnapping little girls to rape them.
Oh.
Kill that guy. It's not going to haunt you. That's not going to haunt you. But this is so different. Right. Because they didn't make me feel emotionally invested in it at all. This is you have so much in this. And they're bringing some of that, what Peter has learned, into Brand New Day. And they've already confirmed, like, oh, the suit that he makes is inspired off the other 2 suits that he saw. And he looks up to them. So he's like, I want to incorporate that into my suit. And then we got the Peter 2 clip, which I do love. And it's going to be a great movie. The more I think about it, I mean, it feels like what they're showing us, they are executing everything correctly. But to the first original point, yeah, they could slow down or whatever they show us new, because this is just what Marvel does, the TV spots left and right. Give us some stuff that really doesn't matter and doesn't wow too much, which may be contradictory to
the point
what marketing is supposed to do. But that's what I really like, the wow factor.
Well, they do,
and that comes visually.
They do have, I agree with that 100%. And the second full trailer gave me that without needing to spoil anything. That visual wow.
Well, there was that new clip that was released where he's fighting the UDC guards outside, and he's like sliding, and he's like it's like this. It's like the game.
Super important. Yeah, it was crazy.
Right, and I actually really like that.
Yeah,
and I'm probably good
I can
with
see the movement
that
all day. Yeah, I will
That's
never
what
get
I'm
bored
saying.
of that.
Well, but I saved the rest of the wow. Like, that was a good wow factor that I don't think gives away too much of the big wow. Saved the big wows, and even the medium and little going on medium wows for the movie theater. You know,
Well,
what I mean? I think they've teased us enough.
They also do seem to have like a list of untouchables. Sadie Sink character seems to be one of those untouchables, and I'm sure there are others. That's just like the most hot button one because it's hard to hide a whole actress in your film. It's especially when it's her.
I'm sure she's edited out in some scenes,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the way that they go through all the trailers, the suits that they're changing to make look different, the things that are said out of order, they've gotten better than ever at them, and they were already good at it to begin with. But no, I think that there will be some pretty big surprises. I'm hoping for maybe 2 or 3 massive surprises, like even beyond the Sadie Sink is Jean Grey thing, which I'm actually, the more I've thought about it, not even 100% convinced that they're going to reveal in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm not 100% convinced they will. I'm probably leaning towards probably like 70%, 70-30. But a part of me is like, they're not going to tell us who she is. And I saw, you probably saw it, I'm sure as well. I want to say it was Daniel, could have been somebody else, literally said she's credited as girl with red hair and jacket or something like that.
Really?
Like that, I saw that somewhere. I might need to reinvestigate it, but I've thought about it. I'm like, Is there a chance they don't actually reveal who she is? Doesn't mean she's not Green Jay. Or Green Jay.
Green Jay.
Dyslexia.
That's who she's gonna be.
Yeah, Green Jay. Green Jay. But it does mean that maybe they're gonna make us wait to reveal exactly who she is. I'm making this up entirely. But it was something I was thinking. So there might be some really big twists. I'd like to think that's smart enough to know that that's important. But you never do know.
I still like the idea of the Punisher calling them both red.
I know you do. You love the idea of the Punisher doing anything. Opening scene of the
That's
movie,
true.
the Punisher
That's true.
stands up and takes a leak.
Well, I
Warren.
think some people.
Yes!
I think the Punisher's taking a piss in a urinal. Yes! Go! I think some people think that he should only call Daredevil red, but I just think it would be funny. I don't think it takes away from anything.
I think it would be really
right.
funny, yeah.
Red, meet red.
Red, this is
And I could, yeah. It's interesting to think about that, like, because we're already having the conversation, is Sadie Sink Jean Grey? And I'm pretty sure most people watch this podcast keep up with things, either, my channel or other channels, or just reading or whatever on your own. But in case you didn't hear, Sadie Sink in an interview with Nylon, they confirmed, like, she never saw a script. Didn't know.
That's crazy, by the way.
Never saw a script, did not audition. They literally...
Sounds like she had a meeting with Kevin Feige, and that was
I can see it in my head. He pulled her in and was like, what do you think about playing Jean Grey in the MCU? And she was
is the future.
Holy crap. I want to be... Right, you are going to be one of the faces of the MCU. And people
Would you
can
like
argue
to be the
this is-
Iron Man of the next MCU saga?
That's what I'm saying. I was going to say, people have argued with me because I posted TikTok and stuff about this. I think she's going to be like RDJ was, like Iron Man was. I think there's going to be more than one, basically.
There will be more than the two. We had Captain America and Iron Man. I think
Well, think about it. We might have a new Captain America
4 or
and Iron Man
5
pretty
different
quickly.
teams. Yeah.
Well, exactly. And we're going to have teams. But she is going to be one of the biggest faces of the MCU. Her and Scott, whoever they pick to be Scott. Whether that's Patrick Schwarzenegger or whoever it may be. So you get pulled into a room with Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios.
I'm there.
Don't got a script for you. Don't got anything. We want you to be Jean Grey. Absolutely. Cool. By the way, you're being introduced in Spider-Man. What?
Let me ask
So
you
not
this.
only, hold on.
Yeah,
Not only are you going to be one of the biggest characters of all time, but you are going to be introduced with the most popular character of all time, which might be in a movie that has the potential to give the biggest movie of all time, Avatar, a run for its money.
Oh, and you have to be in London in 3 weeks. When you haven't seen the script yet.
I mean, it's just a yes, right? You look at, like, sure, it might not work out, but you look at Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, you look at their careers, you look at their star power. She's right off of Stranger, like, the hair. It's an easy yes.
No, absolutely.
But
My
anyways,
completely unrelated question was going to be: you get a call from Marvel Security. Would not be the first time. You answer.
No, would not be the
And they
first
say,
time or
Warren, your
second.
presence is required at Marvel Studios headquarters in 2 days. Kevin Feige wants to talk to you. What are you wearing to that meeting?
What am I wearing?
It's got to be the Cosmic Wonder denim jacket, right? Like, that's got to be what you wear.
I don't have a denim jacket. You're talking about just my denim jacket that I wear all the time?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
That's got to be what you wear, right?
It's 102 degrees outside. Jeans and my denim jacket. Probably, yeah.
Walks in with wearing a visor. Yes, I'll be Cyclops.
Yeah, right.
No, Warren, that wasn't it.
This is what we're doing, right?
I'm ready. Put me in, coach.
I would assume Wolverine.
As a Wolverine.
I would assume Wolverine. I would probably go dressed in a Wolverine costume, to be
claws
honest.
and all.
That's
You've got,
what we're doing,
legitimate
right?
steak knife claws too.
He gets a call. Sir, we can't let him in the building. He's refusing to put away his Wolverine medal and claw.
Kevin Feige's like, no, I like it. Let him up.
Yeah, he's fine. Let him.
That guy's got moxie. All right,
Hey,
let's do.
Feige, if this makes it to you,
Let's
I can
do.
get really angry.
Let's do Doomsday and Secret Wars because it's starting to bleed
I mean,
over.
I do Doomsday too. If Feige, if you want me to appear in Doomsday, I got you.
Sure, man. Finally, what seems like to me has been a silent approach to Secret Wars. We're getting some updates and information about
Yeah, we
what
just
to
got
expect
some.
in that film. And a lot of it has to do with what's beyond Secret Wars, which excites me as Slash It guy number one.
But what we're hearing isn't Slash It.
No, it's not. It's introduce it. But it's introduce it after the beginning, because Doomsday is the beginning. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Or at the very least, Secret Wars is.
at the very least, yeah, Doomsday could be the end, Secret Wars could be the beginning, whatever you want to.
That's how I truly think it is.
Doomsday ends with Doom creating the new universe,
With
is
the-
my
the
honest
beginning.
belief.
Sure. Yeah.
I really, and this is a la Jean Grey, a la Sadie Sink, the idea of introducing these new characters into Secret Wars. Let's get it started. How it all ends, how they end up balancing the sheet and making one universe and closing the loop and closing the gaps and using the Illuminati, or whether Franklin reinvents something, like that's all going to be great, and I'm excited to find that out for Secret Wars. But I like the idea of having some familiar new faces in the MCU moving beyond Secret Wars. And that's why what they're doing with Sadie Sink is so brilliant. And that's why I'm sure they already have several X-Men already cast. I would be fine not getting any Avengers. Let me start that over in the new series. But we're going to be weighing so heavily on the X-Men with the mutants in this next saga. Sure. Introduce me to them. Let's get this party started. Don't make me wait another 4 years. Like, let's just do it.
Well, that's why I was thinking, I'm like, nah, they got to say that she's Jean, right? They got to call her Jay or Jean. They might not say, like, what's your name? My name's Jean Grey.
Something that will give it away to anybody that knows anything.
Call me JG, right? Call me Jay. You know, I don't know. There's got to be, and her powers are going to give it away, right? You know what I mean? Like, they're going to reveal she's Jean Grey one way or another. And they should, because...
Yeah, but if they don't, you're going to have to spend another year arguing with everybody on the internet that she's Jean Grey.
I forgot that. I was going to say that while we were talking about
You're
it
too
before.
tired for
Because I
that.
was going to say, we're already in the conversation, and then I went into the Nylon interview. But we're already having the conversation, is she Jean Grey? I don't want to have it for another year and a half until she's in Secret Wars. I think most people believe it by now. And, you know, I still think, I know, and I posted a thing about it yesterday on TikTok and Instagram. And people are like, nope, she's Rachel. Nope, she's Hope. It's like, I just don't think they would skip over Jean Grey and Cyclops before doing that. Don't skip over the parents. You know what I mean?
We're not going to get 40-year-old new Cyclopses and Jeans. Like, why would they jump to that? We're going to start.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
We're starting with a 23, 24, 25-year-old, you know? Yeah. So.
Well, no, I think ultimately all of that's going pretty well. There was something I saw after the fact, and it was too late because you'd already posted the video, but I was looking over the image you sent me. Sorry, no context. Warren posted a
I don't
video
even know what
on
you're talking about.
Friday about Doomsday promotional that went out. It's like a green thing for socks.
Oh, yeah.
On the you were talking about the characters in it in the video, and it completely like wiped over my head as I was putting it all together. On the very, very top of that, the Hulk is there.
No, that's Beast.
Is it?
I have
to pull it
photo.
up.
Let me take a look. I was pretty sure
I
it was
thought
Beast.
it was. It was after everything was done. The video
Because I thought so too. I feel like I thought so too.
Let me now you've got me looking. So
It's Beast.
Is it
Yeah, no,
100%?
it's Beast.
Okay, all right. It looked like
Yeah,
the Hulk for a
it's
second,
Beast.
and I was like,
It does, because everyone's green.
well, that's
Everyone's
fair
green
too.
in
I
it.
saw green and big, and I was like, I don't know.
I actually missed this.
No,
it looks
that-
like.
Oh, you know what?
Namor
Yeah,
is at
now
the
that I've like
bottom.
super zoomed in with the teeth and the eyebrows,
Yeah,
it does show up to be Beast. Okay, it looks like Hulk for a second. I was like,
it does. No, I thought it was two at first. And I was like, "Wait," but I was like, no.
I was like, that is the Hulk. But no, it is Beast. You're right. It's got the teeth and the eyebrows and the hair.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Go on then. Never mind then. Screw me. Forget everything I was going to say about Hulk and Doomsday. That doesn't matter.
I kind of don't think. I really don't think they're in it. I don't know, man. Like, I will say this though. I was gonna say, if they're in it, they've kept it a really good secret. I feel like they've kept a lot of things secret for this.
I do too. I think
And
so.
I
as well.
would not be surprised if all of the leaks and stuff that we heard is intentional misinformation.
I mean, it'd be cool.
Really would not. I wonder what that would do, because I don't think we've ever, not in the 9 years that I've been doing this, we've been doing this, have gone into a movie where some of the leaks haven't been real, right? That's the thing.
The majority of them, truth be told. The majority of them.
We hear accurate leaks for every movie and project. We hear inaccurate leaks as well, right?
Well, some leaks are just completely made up. Some stuff changed.
Right, and then things legitimately change. And then also, a lot of speculation gets thrown into it, like the Mephisto stuff, right? Or like
that was justified, and I will not say anything otherwise.
I feel
justified
like they
speculation.
Right, yeah. But also, Paul Bettany was like, I get to work with somebody, an actor I've always admired. It was himself. But then we're like, who's going to show up? Is Patrick Stewart going to show up? So it's kind of like, you know, Marvel probably loved that or hated it. I don't know.
It's like, this idea is better than ours. Oh, no.
Yeah, like, oh, man, we should have had somebody show up. And he's just fighting himself. Or we're not going to pay it off till years later. Vision Quest. But, I mean, that's so funny. Sorry, it's just like so funny to me. But I just every project we've had, we've known something about it through leaks that have been real. Mm-hmm. Casting stuff like that, like, you know, we've known, and that's funny. And a lot of people will say like, well, some people got it wrong, because if you think about the Fantastic Four, there were so many casting reports about that, right? But then eventually, when they started reporting, oh, Pedro Pascal's the new Reed Richards, that gets confirmed to be true eventually. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so things do change sometimes, but I don't know. I feel like we're in this new time where they're using social media more than ever, specifically the Russo brothers, to maybe just throw us off. And I wouldn't be mad at it at all. But who knows? We'll wait and see what's real and what's not real.
I think if you do that, you've got to be very confident that the story you're giving is better than the one you're leaking. And the one that we've heard isn't bad. Like, it connects nicely. It makes sense. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the very end of what we understand to be Doom turning it off and turning it back on again and restarting the entire world, basically.
I think it's maybe like a Loki thing. Like, all the branches died and he held them together and put them together and sat on the throne. I love
that we've gone back to doubling down that Loki's just dead.
I don't. Yeah, that's the one thing about that leak that I just really don't like. I really want there to be some type of a good twist with that. Whether that's he comes back in Valhalla, you know, or he faked it. It was a hologram.
Loki.
You know, an illusion. I mean, and I don't want him to die.
That
especially
ridiculous,
like
though.
Off screen.
Yeah, that might be the part that I really.
It sounds
don't like
it happens like off screen. I don't know, because if Thor goes up to him and he like holds him,
yeah, that's gonna be ridiculous. Maybe he's like dying in Thor's arms.
But you have to also wonder, like, if everyone's getting resurrected, is Doom
choosing
conscientious of that?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, is it just like, I'm resurrecting everyone who was a part of these universes, now they're on one, or everybody within the last 5 minutes of the multiverse being destroyed that's alive? Who knows? Is Loki a part of that? I don't know. Yeah, we also just heard that, like, a lot of insiders are talking about, this is my video yesterday, the teams in Secret Wars are going to focus on characters who are not, or 2 days ago, I guess, it's going to focus on characters who aren't really in Doomsday, that don't have a lot of time. So that would tell me Loki. It's really weird to me, because when I first started announcing Secret Wars and Doomsday and all this stuff, and we got information about it, I was just like, yeah, Loki, what Loki just did in Loki season 2 has to be a major part of it, right? Mm-hmm. And what he did, the events that led up are, but I expected him to have a major role in the movie, and it doesn't sound like that's the case.
Yeah, that's kind of
maybe for Secret Wars.
That's probably the part about it that I'm like, I don't really like that, because I want to see Loki. I want to see what he's been up to, what he's learned, what he's been able to manipulate and be involved with. Like, you have to assume he's learning every day, even sitting in that chair. I don't think he's just stagnant. I think he's physically stuck there, but I think mentally he's going to be so elevated, because all he's doing is sitting there and learning, creating stories, and I want to kind of see that. I would love to see him fight Doom. Like, at least show me that.
Well, me too. And I think that might actually be, like, I think he would see Doom coming.
Unless it's
I
a
just-
He Who Remains moment, and he's like knows he's going to be coming back down the road, which is possible. Like, see you soon type.
That's
type.
actually true. Yeah. Reincarnation, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Where
don't know.
that whole scene in season 1 where he's like super nonchalant about them being there because he already knows all the answers. And I'd like to think we don't know how long Loki's been sitting on that throne because time's become a real mess.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Irrelevant almost.
Both
right?
of those answers are correct.
The guy's literally time slipping at his own will at the end of Loki season 2.
Exactly. Yeah, we have zero idea how long he's been sitting there. So yeah, in a world where he's been there for a significant amount of time, surely he's gone into the future. He's noticed the same exact loop that He Who Remains would have picked up on. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to die here, and I'll show back up in 30 years with Spider-Man.
Right, and it's a part of the plan. And that's why I think he might, for that plan, maybe they don't reveal till Secret Wars. I don't know. Maybe
Which
in
would
the
be
post-credit scene.
also
Loki
really-
putting together a team.
Also a really cool way to tie in, to some extent, He Who Remains. If they do go that Loki actually did get rid of...
Maybe.
If Loki actually did get rid of the Kang storyline, that it wasn't Doom, it was Loki, and we saw that at the end of Loki season 2, and that's what they're going with. Like maybe
Yeah.
at that point, Loki can reference back to it and say, "This is what we saw. This is what we know. This is how it worked, and now it's me in this chair, and now I know how it works." And it's just an opportunity. to
Right,
reference
exactly.
it.
I think that might be a part of the new universe, like really being established. But I was also thinking, like, Doctor Strange saw the future. He died. He came back. It's a little different, obviously, because of the snap, and they just re-snap people. I don't know if Loki's going to be resurrected or if he figured out time in the multiverse and he just has it planned to where he comes back in whatever
Yeah, because time's
plan
irrelevant.
that he has. Right, exactly. I have no idea how that's going to work. But I hope they go into that. I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like they just like Loki season 2, and I have like one of the segments we'll go over today we'll briefly rate it basically, but it's one of the best things to come from Marvel. Period.
It's a great.
But and season one.
You
Like,
want to talk about
they're just
emotional?
phenomenal.
You want to talk about story-driven, good writing, good acting, good characters that you care about. It has it all.
Yeah.
And realistically, Loki, if they had made that show in 2010, maybe nobody would have cared. But this is a character who fell into his place, and then quite literally fell into his place, and has just really held a lot of people's hearts, I suppose. Funny because his heart's supposed to be ripped out, but yeah. I hope it's for a purpose. If it does happen that way in Doomsday, I really hope they redeem it well in Secret Wars. And I hope they're not just sitting there having a hard time writing Loki into the story, and they're like, you know what, let's just kill him, like, because that would suck.
See, that's funny because like to me he would almost be to me I would write it to where it's like him versus Doom, really, right? Like he would almost be the heart of the story for me.
Yeah, some way
But-
Loki's like, the only way to save the universe is to destroy it. And he's the one that ultimately destroys it, and then Doom's the one that resurrects it, and like it could be a whole thing. And
Well, what's
But-
funny is we did hear a leak once upon a time about that. Loki realizes that the only way to like win is to actually let the universe be destroyed.
right.
We'll have to
So
wait and
many
see.
directions that go with that. I do hope to see at least some of Loki. It sounds like we'll see him for sure appearing to Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Yeah, that's true. He's gonna a little bit.
But I think
But
that's all
that'll
even
be-
before
that's
he
a
takes the
different
throne.
Loki.
Yeah.
It's the same Loki, but it's like
before
back in
the
time.
big change, right? Yeah. So very curious, very, 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 very curious for some of those Doomsday details. Because even with that leak, which was pretty lengthy, it still took you what 8 minutes to read it.
Well, and I stopped
It's
a
like-
lot of time.
Right.
You know what
There's
I mean?
it's a
could've
3
read
hour
it in
plus
4
movie.
minutes. Exactly.
And you have 8 minutes of dialogue, which is mostly just summarizing it. So there will be so much additional information, so much additional stuff that really matters. I mean, you're looking at barely the nervous system of the film in this leak. If it isn't misinformation coming from Marvel, which potentially is always on the table at this point.
Very well could be.
But yeah,
Very
no,
well
I'm
could be.
interested to see how that goes. I did have this I want to bring up, and then we can go into your segment, because this kind of leads into your segment. Historically, both Warren and I have always hated rating movies. The question
Yeah.
you go live, and everybody's like, "What'd you think of this movie? Rate it on a scale from 1 to 10." I've always sometimes I've even just refused to do it because I hate doing it. I think I've decided to some extent. It still needs some tweaking, but the best
I am the
way.
decider. I am
the
not the suggester.
I am the decider of us. I think I've decided the best way I would want to rank films.
Okay.
it's not complete. I'm literally formulating it now. I was thinking about it while you were talking about it earlier in this exact podcast. And maybe I want to come back to it in a different episode, and we can do it with this system for certain movies until we go through them all. I feel like there need to be categories. And then you give the category a ranking out of 10, and then an overall total score out of all of those numbers added together.
Okay. So
That's
like action.
Yeah, so how were the visuals? How was the action?
Visuals,
How much
right.
did you care about the character? I don't know what the categories are yet, but I want to sit down and come up with however many categories I feel like really round out the film. And then if it's 5 categories, it's 50 total points. And Iron Man 1 gets a 48 out of 50 because that's what it would be ranked, right? And then now I know, like, yeah, because there are certain aspects about this film that I liked more than other movies, but that's why it's always so hard to be like, oh, yeah, I'll give Iron Man a 9. Like,
Right.
it means nothing to me. But I feel like going through and categorically ranking each aspect of every film together and then adding those points up for a total score would be a lot more of a real
Maybe.
like ranking of a film for me.
I think just the biggest issue, because I've been dealing with this with Supergirl, because I've done reviews and stuff, it is just like it's so personal, right? Things hit people so differently. So that's another that's another reason I just really hate to give a rating, because it's like, one, people need to chill and let other people have opinions. Like, it's movies, guys. Right? Like,
The whole point is to relax.
Well, it's also entirely just dependent on the viewer. And here's also another deal. Like, people could go into a movie pissed off, and that affects the movie. People could go into a movie really happy. People could have heard something from their friend and said it sucked, and then that makes them think it sucked. Like, there's so many external factors that come into a movie sometimes, and it's unfortunate, but that's life.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can rewatch it and get a different opinion on it. You could think it's worse. You could think it's better. You know what I mean? Like, it just really depends. But maybe that's a better way to do it.
I know. For me, it felt just a
I
little
actually
bit
really
less,
don't like
gut feeling. Like, I never have. People always have asked us on every live, oh, what did you think? The only other thing I think we get asked more than that is who would win in this fight versus this fight. Like, but then you're always asked, oh, what did you think of this movie? What do you rank this movie? What's your Marvel ranking? It's like, you're not wrong. It is very fluid. It does change. And for me, like, I'm one of those people that's such an outlier with it. You ask me, rank my favorite movies, like Iron Man is in my top 3 every single time. But that's like nobody. And why? Because it's the best movie? No, it's because realistically it just hits that spot with me in particular that I always want to rate it so highly. But no, I don't know. I was just thinking, like, I like the idea of categorizing it and then just giving it like multiple point system instead of, I'm giving it an A-. Like, what does that mean? That means nothing to me. Because
like Jeremy. Yeah. Jeremy Johns has a great rating system. It's basically no alcohol required to enjoy the movie. You have to basically being drunk, right? Yeah, if you're gonna go see this, be drunk, or like, if you're gonna see this, have a drink or two, be
enjoy
tipsy.
the film? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
that's a great rating system. He's he's one of the best.
I rank this
reviewers out
movie
there.
3 shots of tequila.
It's pretty funny. All right, well, I do want to go into. This is actually pretty interesting. It's probably do a full video on this eventually. And I was thinking, if you kind of go through the multiverse saga, I don't know if it's as bad as people thought it was.
I completely agree with you on this.
Yeah, so I want to do overrated, underrated, and we're going to do it on the multiverse. We're going to do it on some multiverse projects right now.
Honestly, most of them will end up being underrated because everybody would whine about them so much. But go on.
I don't know. I took a look at a few before we gathered today.
Okay.
I think you'd be surprised.
So this is Multiverse Saga overrated, underrated, based off of the audience score of the popcorn meter.
Yes, and we're not going to do them all. We're not going to do every project right now, but over the next few episodes or so.
Sounds good.
Overrated, underrated, WandaVision has a 92% critics rating, 88% audience rating.
I'm one of the few people that would probably say I, on average, dislike WandaVision more than most people. I felt like it, like a lot of the Disney Plus shows, fell kind of flat. I think one of the things that WandaVision as a series has really going for it was one of the first ones that came out. So there was still this like optimistic hopefulness around Disney Plus shows, which gradually faded as every project came out.
I mean, it was the first one.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, that was
Yeah.
when the first time we were ever staying up at 3 o'clock in the morning doing it, and it was really exciting and really fun. And we just, I mean, we'd get our McDonald's at 7 o'clock in the morning when we were done working, and it was like a
We were
fun,
done,
triumphant
yeah.
thing. And then by like the 4th or 5th series, we're like,
Victory
this
meal.
sucks. So, like, I'm going to say it's overrated, but I don't think I'm the popular opinion on that. I would probably put it somewhere in like 84, 85 mark.
It's got a B plus. You think it deserves a B?
Yeah, like a nice
Okay.
mid B is where I would put that project.
Okay, it's one of those shows I probably need to rewatch, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I would wager you like it less if you were to rewatch it.
You think so? So this is
I think so. I think so.
Okay, so the next one, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Overrated, underrated, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. 85% from critics, 80% from the audience.
What was it from critics? 85? Mm-hmm. That's generous from critics.
I feel like it is.
I would say the audience is probably right on with this one. I will say this is one I watched one time and never came back to. I don't recall disliking it. I just never felt the need to watch it again. There wasn't really any critical information. Anything that felt like it was critical, like a lot of the stuff in the Multiverse Saga, just kind of disappeared and didn't end up being a continuation of the story.
Well, like the Power Broker.
Yeah, like all that.
Sharon?
Like there's
What
tons of
happens?
stuff. Oh, Steve Rogers
Yeah.
is on the moon, and like all this crap that they kept like referencing that was supposed to be an Easter egg for the future that just lost speed and ended up dying, which was a huge multiverse. The biggest Multiverse Saga problem for me is that so many loose ends that just different writers just ignored. But
And they felt so grand in the beginning when
they
it all
did.
first
I suppose
launched.
that's like
Yeah.
that optimistic desire that just died away as things just never came to fruition. Like nothing. The ending of all the shows always fell flat. The connection of all the shows always felt flat. The secret post-credit scenes always felt flat, and that was where everything started to get unexciting. Was you got all your hopes built up like a Marvel project, and then it just wasn't. But I will say at 80%, I think the quality of that is rated correctly.
The thing with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is that happens with, I think, so many Disney Plus projects that they put out, is I actually think it started off really well, and then they went down some roads and paths that
Same
I just
with
didn't
WandaVision,
care
realistically.
for. Yeah, I mean, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier and like Secret Invasion more so than the others. Nothing's quite like Secret Invasion, but because the first two episodes of
so
Secret
good.
Invasion, the
So
whole
good.
espionage feel and everything they had, I thought I was like, oh, this is great, but it just ended terribly. I think this was kind of like the talk. You got to do better. Like that's our big climax, and they're like sad the terrorist died. Like you're trying to make me feel bad for a terrorist. No, and they're like, oh, but it's your fault because you made them do this. No, it's not. Sorry. Like,
Not gonna
I
work.
mean, you made them become a terrorist. It's just whatever. Yeah, and that rubbed me the wrong way. So, I mean, yeah, 80%. That might be a little high for me, actually, to be perfectly honest. I actually thought for a lot of these, the score would be lower. The score would be
yeah, that
lower.
was what I
think,
was saying when we started.
I think one might surprise you, but I'm gonna do. How do I even find? So Loki season 1.
Should be like a 96
So
audience score. Should be.
Loki season 1. Overrated, underrated. It's got an 87%
Yeah,
for
that's
both scores,
outrageous.
audience and critics.
That's outrageous.
87%. I think that's very underrated.
I think that's extremely underrated. I think it was the first and arguably only Disney Plus show to have the effective weight of any movie in the MCU. I think it is the only one that really took a original character and gave them a really cool, different, like change of pace story.
It was a complete change in arc.
Exactly true. And it continued telling the story as if Loki got a whole trilogy in the MCU. And it was relevant to the point now. And maybe this, and if they go the route that we were just discussing, I guess, in Doomsday, that might change it. If it's just, oh yeah, Loki's dead and that's the end of it, well, that will really suck. Because that will be the exact
really
same
suck.
problem we've had in the entire, that would literally be
The multiverse problem.
Exactly. It would be
Multiverse
the
saga
crescendo
problem.
to exactly every issue we had in this entire saga was, oh, here's a really great story. We're building it up. And then, oh, yeah, he's dead. Move on. If they do
know,
that,
that would just be
that will be
terrible.
a major disappointment. I haven't really been worried about them doing that up to this point, but now that we're discussing it, I'm like, wait a minute, they could just do. Oh, yep, Loki's dead. Oh, because you don't
Well,
need Loki realistically. Once he's dead and the multiverse collapse, that can be the end of his story. It would just be lame. It would be very on
It
brand
would.
for the multiverse saga,
Well,
I guess.
here's season 2. 82 critics, 83.
How did it go
popcorn.
backwards?
That's what I said. I think season 2 is better than season 1.
Season 2 is insane. I would say
The
most
ending
people would argue
alone
top 5
is-
MCU project ever.
Me, I would argue that. I really would.
Yeah, that's crazy for me. 'Cause
I think it's the best Disney plus Marvel show.
I typically rate Loki 1 and 2 together.
So do I.
And
So do
I
I.
would say together as a look at Loki project, I would give it a 95 or a 96.
I would do the same. I would do the same. I think it's incredible. There's very tiny things that you could change to make it better to get up to 100, but I think it's one of the best things to ever come from Marvel Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So this last one,
That's wild.
this surprised me because, and I wanted to really kind of just have a conversation about this overall because I think this is a good just subject to like zoom out on of what the chatter online says compared to how people actually feel. Because you get a lot of people, and I'm not bashing anybody, but this is just how it is. There are a lot of, like, you get a lot of comic people who will hate something because it's not true to the comics or they change something. And in some ways, I'm like that. Avatar: The Last Airbender season 2, oh man, compared to the Nickelodeon series, I'm having a lot of issues with it. They've changed a lot, especially with Toph. I'm like, I don't like some creative decisions, and I get like a lot of comic people are like that with the movies. For me, I'm actually able to separate comics from movies. I just always have been.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not to say that I agree with it all, but I am able for the most part. Like, I have to take in the movie for what it is. So this one might surprise you because I feel like it's always the minority that's the loudest, and whether that's good or bad, right? You know what I mean? Because sometimes the minority can say this is amazing, and then you think it's actually crap. But overrated, underrated, Black Widow, it's got a 79% from the critics and a 91% from the audience. It's higher than Loki.
Weird. See, here's
That's
the
not
issue.
the rhetoric you heard online.
No, that's
Right?
That's confusing.
Yeah.
But also like not super indicative of the movie we got either, if I'm being honest. Like, I would actually lean more towards like what we heard online and the chatter than this score. I think a Black Widow movie would have been great 6 years earlier.
Phase 2.
This particular
1.
story of the Black Widow didn't really call to me.
Changing Taskmaster into
I don't even really care that
Dracov's
much
daughter,
about
too.
Personally, don't really care that much about that. Did not know much about Taskmaster.
I was gonna say. Then I was literally gonna say.
So
Well, then
it wasn't
you don't really
a
know
huge
much
impact
about.
to me. I felt like the story of the Black Widow, who was a beloved character, was kind of boring. Realistically, I think it would have been more compelling and more interesting to hear all of this before and maybe have it written better. I don't even care about, there was that one or that CGI scene that was really bad. Like, I don't care about any of that. I felt like I didn't connect to the film. Well, but I can't see past it. Like, yeah, there was one scene where Florence Pugh is hanging from the and it looks like I did it in iMovie. Yeah, it looks really bad. Great. But not my biggest issue. My biggest issue was the movie came too late. It felt like borderline a cash grab because, hey, we're out of Avengers. Let's drop this Avenger movie of somebody who's dead. And I don't know. I felt too little too late for me, and then I didn't love the writing of the film.
Okay, here I'll do one more because I want to compare it.
Okay.
I want to compare because I think they're very similar. Overrated, underrated, the Thunderbolts. 88% tomato meter, so higher critic rating. 93% audience, so better by 2 points.
See, I feel like if you're looking at the wave of the audience, the Thunderbolts was a film where the audience, I feel like, in my heavy involvement with the audience, wanted it to be successful. Like, people knew coming after or before, like where we were at in Marvel, we needed a good movie. And the movie was good, so people clung on to that.
I was gonna say, I mean, I want everything.
No,
I want everything to be successful.
Right,
from
but
them.
I feel like people had gotten to the point where we have had so many conversations as a community where it's like, no, Marvel's doing it. We're headed towards Doomsday. We had to solidify, like we had a direction where we were headed. We had people at Marvel who've kind of figured it out. Took some time. We had a break from films for a little bit, and then Fantastic Four was coming out, and that was awesome. And Thunderbolts was coming out, and that was awesome. And people were hopeful. And I think that hope is kind of reflected in that score. But I also think it deserves an 88. I don't think I would quite push it into A for me.
I would.
But 89.8,
I would say
I'm happy giving it.
You just don't want to give it an A.
Yeah.
I would say 93% is about honestly where I'd rate it. Honestly, it's a great movie to me. It could have had a little more action.
It felt very early.
It should have had a lot more Sentry fighting for me.
Yeah, it did feel very early.
I mean,
Marvel.
I guess.
Like
But even early Marvel, like The Winter Soldier, has so much really awesome action.
You're comparing
in
it to like one of the best Marvel movies that have ever been made.
Well, but that's one movie that you should be comparing it to.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you should compare all movies to The Bar, right? Like that's The Bar. Like that's amazing.
One thing
Marvel
I would
movie.
100% say for sure, without question, is Thunderbolts is significantly better than Black Widow, and not by.
I would say that as
not
well.
by 2 points.
No,
by
I
2
think
points.
I think it's better by a lot, and I agree with you. I don't think it did justice to Black Widow.
No, I don't think the
Same
story
thing with what I feel about Supergirl. I don't think it did justice to Supergirl. And people are going to say, read the graphic novel. I have. I think if they were more true to the graphic novel,
Maybe the writers should have read the graphic
novel. It would have been better. They said the director didn't even read it.
No, they said she didn't understand it, and nobody explained it to her.
No, she didn't read it for like a while. And
she read it and she didn't know what was going on. I was like, what the?
I could really dive so deep into this. And
it's
here's
a
the deal,
mess.
though. It's because I really love the character.
Well, and this is where I feel like I've noticed, specifically with Supergirl more than anything, how aggressive people are about and it makes sense, this is the face of the character, but the actress playing the character. Like, oh, it's like, and this is where I kind of started getting the idea of the category thing. It's like, I don't personally believe she did anything wrong. I think the movie
What do you mean?
Like, as the
In the movie?
like as
Or like things she said outside of the movie?
no, like as the character, like playing the character, like taking all of that aside, like.
Yeah.
And you can tell me how you feel, because we haven't had that conversation yet. Like, do you think she's a good Supergirl? Or was there a better pick
Yes.
out there?
No, I think she did the best she could do with a bad script.
And
bad
that's my
direction.
point. But online, she's getting so much hate
Because
for being Supergirl.
She's getting hate because of things that she has said, which honestly aren't some things. I'm like, okay, why would you say that? Like she bashed Christian dads. I'm like, why? What? Why do you just assume like those are the people who don't like you as Supergirl? And I gotta be honest, and it's not even her, but narrative around it. It's like people don't like it because it's a female-led superhero film. I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure there's a very small percentage of people out there who are that way because misogyny and sexism exists. It does, right? I'm not ignoring that, but Wonder Woman was a freaking success. People loved it because it was a good movie. The ending's kind of weak.
1984, however,
overall
was absolutely
1984 was crap. Right. So it's like, how can you go from really loving one movie to hating the other one? Did people's opinion about women change? No, the movie sucked.
If anything, the opinion of women got better over those years.
Sure, yeah. And you know what I mean? So it's just like a good movie's a good movie, a good character
Wonder
is a
Woman
good character, a good
1984.
script is a good script.
Might
it was
be
terrible.
the worst superhero movie I've ever watched.
Not the worst, but
What's the worst? That's a good question. We always talk about the best. What is we might have to come back to that in the next episode. We're already over our hour. That might be a good topic for the next episode, though. What is the worst superhero film? Like, yeah, how about this? Prepare your top 3 or 5. You can pick which one. Worst superhero films, and we'll talk about that next episode.
The next time?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
That'll be fun.
I already know.
Save it.
Is it specifically MCU though?
Let's
Or
do
just-
anything that's Marvel and anything that's DC. That's what we can use. So it can be Elseworlds.
Cool.
It can be.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what we'll wrap it up. Then.
I'm just gonna say this. It's Morbin.
I was gonna say I could look at Sony and like make a great list pretty easily.
It's Morbid time.
That's why I asked, like, are we just doing MCU? Because
No, we
Sony's
do
got
all
our
of it. We can do it
Sony's
all.
made the list for
Try
me.
to add an MCU movie in there if you can. If you think you can deign to add an MCU movie in there.
Oh, sure. Yeah. All right.
Awesome. Well, thank
Episode
you guys
41?
for watching to the end. We had a really awesome conversation. Our last episode had a really good showing of views, comments, likes, subscribers as well. I was looking at the analytics, and sounds like you guys are really enjoying the conversations. Thank you so much to everybody who put in Hunter's Word last week, which was Sheep Detective is now on Amazon Prime. Best Hunter's Word there is.
Did you watch Sheep Detective is the question.
That is the question. Me or them?
You will cry.
You better have
No,
watched
I
Sheep.
know you have. What are you talking about? We did a whole thing talking about how we loved it.
I love Sheep Detective.
It's a
But
great
awesome, yeah.
movie. I'm gonna
Leave
watch
some
it again
comments
soon.
about your thoughts. I do read the comments before every recording.
I
and-
replied to a few last week too early on, yeah.
But I
And
wouldn't
look
mind
at the
even
other ones, yeah.
bringing a couple of those comments up in the next episode as well. So feel free to share your thoughts and a couple opinions.
Well.
If I see anything worth bringing up, I'll bring it up. And that's
Well.
purely based off of my. I'm trying to think. That's why I'm stalling.
Okay.
Let's do.
Will it be a word or words or sentence or paragraph?
Let's do. Oh my gosh, I don't have one. You might have to do it. I don't have one. I'm forcing it. It feels wrong.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
Just because you got Morbius
There it is. Yeah.
in my head.
I felt so
Do I
unnatural.
really
not
want
have
it to
one.
be Morbius?
Yep.
Like that's honestly what I'm like.
You're
Oh,
a
do I
real
want
hero.
it?
You're a real hero if
It's
you go in there
Morbin
and
time.
write Morbin
It's
time.
Morbin time. You are a true champion.
Thank you for watching till the
true
end, guys.
legend.
Like, subscribe, share, check out all the socials, and we will catch you on the next one right here with the CBA.